Hey, I'm waiting for my phone to charge and I'm at a festival in my car and my little pooch is in the back. He's absolutely exhausted. We are at Love Jam Festival and it's a beautiful festival. It's holistic, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. So you can swear and, you know what I mean, just there's like the medicine scene, medicine music, which everyone's like, oh, love and light, and like everything's just so. Whereas like here, there's more. I don't know. It's more real for me. Like not everything is love and light all the time, and actually there's other stuff going on that is very important to talk about too. So I'm really enjoying this festival. I have learned lots. I've done lots of workshops. I love coming to workshops and doing it. I love coming to festivals and doing all the workshops. I am tapering my last antidepressant. Well, last medication. It's the only antidepressant that I'm on. Last medication from the whole thing, the medication. I mean, wow, it's just, yeah, I've sort of separated my pages now. Like I've got my music and creativity, which I do talk about this on, but like not as much. And then I've got the Psychomed Sanctuary, which is actually for really building awareness and also supporting others through it, because almost out the other side and lots of training in all sorts of different healings and currently training and counselling. So I'm sort of combining everything and starting to support people coming off medication, but in like, yeah, I'm not like a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor, but it's like the emotional side of it. And especially if you're like me and you actually really struggle coming off it due to side effects. And I mean, you say the word side effects and symptoms, but that doesn't even symbolize what happens to you, because it's like beyond side effects and symptoms. It's a horror show. So anyway, I'm at a festival tapering my last medication. And sometimes I think it's a bit risky doing it here because I have the scales and I cut and I weigh and, I do it all very precisely, eat every single night just to make sure it's all done and keep the medication fresh, because when you're cutting little bits. Anyway, that's for the other page. But basically what I'm trying to say is I'm having a reflective time in the car and reflecting on how far I've come. So many years since the pandemic, just tapering off all this medication. And I went in for tinnitus. Yeah, it's wild. And bringing my dog to a festival is really cool. And I come to festivals largely on my own. I don't have a festival buddy anymore. I used to, but me and her sort of went our separate ways after many years of friendship growing apart. And yeah, basically, I just still want to go to these things, and there's never really anyone that I'm like, yeah, let's do a festival together. And you've got to have the right partner in crime. Otherwise it can kind of be ruined if you actually you've gone with someone and it's like, it's not a good synergy. So I quite like just going by myself, and you can do whatever you want. I feel great in that. You have to wait for people, for like 10 people to go to the toilet. You can just like go to the toilet and then go and watch some music and just have a really lovely time. So I'm all about soloing. And also with the dog, it's interesting because I'm just speaking to so many people. It just breaks that barrier completely down. And I've just chatted to so many people, and it's so lovely to see what Wicket does. He's absolutely exhausted for others because he's so sweet. He's such a precious, I mean, they're all sweet, but like he's just so cute. And it just opens people up in a really loving way. Oh, I'm just talking to myself. Oh, someone's there. Yeah, so I'm just talking to myself, and a person just saw me doing that. I feel kind of embarrassed, but that's okay. I'm not gonna I'm not going to hold that. Anyway, yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, I think it's just nice to share little pockets, little diary entries. Hi, my name is Emma. I don't know what the date is. I'm at a festival. It's 2025. It's August. And yeah, I'm here. Yeah, solo traveling to festivals is really, I like it. Last year I didn't have the dog, and it can be a bit sticky. Sometimes you're just there and you're like, and also, not to be big-headed, and I really don't think that I'm, a queen and all that kind of stuff, or like I'm like, oh, look at me. Even though, in a healthy way, that's a good thing to be like, yeah, I deserve good things. But I don't think like everyone fancies me, okay? But at festivals, I do get a lot of. I seem to attract the random men that have come here. Yeah, I seem to attract them a lot. The ones that you're like, I need to somehow get out of this conversation and go and do something else, like run away. Yeah. So that can happen, which is a bit tricky, but this festival's actually been all right. Anyway, I'm sort of rattling on here. This is 6 minutes long. It's not very interesting, but I'll look back at this when I'm like 80 and be like, oh, do you remember that time that you were in the car charging your phone with Wicket and just living life? Freedom. And something that the medication definitely, the experience with that has taught me is just to live literally now. Every single moment in flow, take that opportunity, go for it. I could definitely do that more. It's easy to go into the shell again, but I'm really like, yeah, opening my wings and opening myself out into the world more since, because nothing like a near-death experience. Nothing like being tortured for months on end and thinking that your life is over in a really severe way, and then coming back from it, and the gratitude. Yeah, so it's just lovely to sometimes sit and reflect on how far we have come. I've obviously just released another song, and it's important. It's bloody important. It's weird releasing your stuff on social media, because it's like, hello, or it's a bit like, is anybody out there? Yeah, I don't really get it. I could have done the whole vlogging thing like years ago, and I never ever got into it. I didn't quite realise how much you have to post, and I've always seen myself as like, I call myself the invisible girl, and I've actually done like an illustration on this, because I've always felt very invisible. Just a number of reasons, like invisible in my family dynamic, invisible at school, invisible in groups of people, just invisible in every single respect. And whether it's not even that I mean to become invisible, but I just become invisible. And it's like I'm sat there, like, and I often feel like I've got so much to share, and I've got this creativity and this like so much to share, and no one ever sees it. And so it's only until really now, after I almost died and went through a horrendous time, that I was like, well, I've got to do it. And also it kind of cut the cords with the energetic cords of what people might think of you, people from the family, like all of their opinions and their energies of like not wanting you to do stuff. And all of that can really weigh you down, especially if you're like really energetically sensitive. I definitely am. And whoa, I feel like I was being crushed by my family's dynamics. Whoa. So yeah, cutting that cord certainly happened for me when I almost died, and I saw this whole other world that went on, and I actually saw how people treated me when I was that unwell, and it wasn't good. Don't know how I got onto that, but basically, yeah, living now. So sharing my art, sharing my work is really coming from a place of joy, and that place of like, I've had so much to share for so many years. I just want to share it. And I remember in my 20s, this music record label wanted me to do something for them, and it really put me off because they wanted to do this music that I didn't like, and it wasn't coming from my soul, and I'm just not that kind of artist. Like, I don't want to be somebody that's been shaped and malleable into something. And I'm proud of that. To do things in my own right. But yeah, it's persistence, I think. What I would love more than anything, and it's really, this is what I'd love, is for the music to be enjoyed and for people to heal. You know, I find music incredibly healing, especially hearing someone's story, incredibly healing. People's stories, people sharing. And each one of my songs has a story behind it, very strong messages that I like to share. And I just really believe in this sort of healing through art. It's so powerful. And a little bit of comedy. Got to get that comedy in there. Absolutely love comedy. Obviously with my acting and stuff, it's like, oh, I just want to be in that comedy series, you know? Still holding out for that. Anyway, yeah, so that's a little bit about me, and I'm going to stop talking now because this is probably going to take all the storage off on my phone. But I hope you enjoy my new song about love, and maybe I'm enough. It's definitely a question a lot of people ask, or a lot of people say to others, you are enough, you are enough. It's a classic saying, but you break that down, what does that actually mean? Yeah, to fully accept the self. And accept healthy, beautiful love. Trusting, building trust with a healthy, beautiful person. That's what I was sort of getting across with that song, is like, you know, a beautiful, healthy, loving connection. One can dream. Right. Adios.